For 5 years. I thought I was married to the perfect man. Then the FBI broke down my door at 3:14 in the morning and told me my husband had been laundering drug money through my bank account. My account, my name, my signature, and the worst part. That wasn't even close to the worst part. His name was Marcus. Charming, generous, the kind of man who made you feel like the only person in the room. We dated for 2 years. We got married in September, hundreds of guests, a live band, a venue that cost more than most people make in a year. When I asked how he afforded it, he said his import business had been having a strong year. I believed him for 5 years. I believed everything. The night it all ended, I was asleep, 3:14 in the morning. I remember the exact time because I looked at the clock on my nightstand right before the door came off its hinges. Not knocked, not announced. The door simply stopped existing, and then there were boots on the floor, a flashlight in my face, and 6 officers in full tactical gear filling my bedroom. Marcus was already on the floor before I could process what was happening. Face down, hands behind his back. And when he turned to look at me, his face did something I had never seen before. He looked relieved, not scared, not panicked, relieved, like a man who had been carrying something unbearable for years and had finally been allowed to put it down. I didn't understand. That look, then, I would spend the next 6 months trying to, but the real nightmare didn't start. With the arrest, it started the next morning. In a gray interrogation room, when Detective Reyes laid a bank statement on the table in front of me, my bank statement, numbers I didn't recognize, deposits I never made, transfers I never authorized, hundreds of thousands of dollars moving through my personal account over 3 years while I was going to work, while I was cooking dinner, while I was sleeping next to the man who was doing it. Mrs. Coleman, Reyes said, "Your husband has been using your account to launder drug money." The room tilted. "We're going to need you to explain that." And just like that, I went from victim to suspect. I need you to understand what that feels like, to be told that your life, the one you showed up for every single day, was a costume someone else put on you without asking. That your name had been used for 3 years as a tool in a criminal operation you knew nothing about. And the terrifying part, I had no proof I didn't know. That's what they kept coming back to. That's what could have destroyed me, Detective. Reyes had been doing this for 20 years. He told me he had learned to tell the difference between someone who was lying and someone who was shattered. He said I was shattered. He believed me when he didn't have to. Over the next 6 weeks, I gave him everything, every message, every memory, every detail of 5 years of marriage, dismantled under a microscope. I had no idea. The DA agreed. On a Tuesday afternoon in November, I walked out of that building and stood on the cold sidewalk and cried for 20 minutes straight. Not from sadness, from relief so strong my body didn't know what else to do with it. I thought the nightmare was finally over. I was wrong. 3 months after the arrest, my lawyer called. "Someone just filed a claim on your apartment," she said. "What? Who?" A pause. "A woman named Diana. She says Marcus promised it to her." I had never heard that name in my life. My lawyer sent me the documents. Diana had a lease agreement signed by Marcus, giving her the right to the apartment after our divorce. She had emails, photographs, 5 years of receipts from a relationship that had been running parallel to mine the entire time. Same city, same years, same man. While I was his wife, she was his girlfriend. While I was sleeping in our bed, he was making her promises about it. I sat with that for a long time, and then something shifted in me. Not anger, something quieter, something almost calm. Because here's what Diana didn't know. A lease agreement signed by a man who doesn't own the property because the property is in his wife's name is worth exactly nothing. Her lawyer figured that out 48 hours after filing the claim. The claim was dismissed. Diana got nothing. Marcus, from a prison cell, had promised her something that was never his to give. He had used her the exact same way he used me, as a prop in a life, built entirely on what other people didn't know. Marcus got 18 years. I got my name back, my account, my apartment, my life. I repainted every wall, replaced every piece of furniture, got a new bed, new curtains, new everything. Some nights I walk through these rooms and I try to find some trace of the life I thought I had, and I find nothing. It's gone completely. I used to think that was a loss. Now, I know it was the kindest thing that ever happened to me. Every morning I wake up in that bedroom, the one they stormed into at 3:14 in the morning. I think about his face when they put him in handcuffs, that look of relief. I understand it now. Because the day the judge signed the divorce papers, I felt it too. We were both finally free of each other. He just didn't get to enjoy it. The scariest part isn't what he did. The scariest part is that I slept beside him for 5 years and never once knew who he really was. Some people don't destroy your life with violence. They destroy it with lies. If this story hits you, subscribe new stories every week. And if you've ever trusted someone completely and found out you never really knew them at all, drop it in the comments. You are not alone.